We're cloning sheep and making numbers bigger. So if you feel like falling asleep, this might be a good one. Press this big button to make more clones. Got it. We have cloned our original sheep. Now we have 2. And it looks like they produce wool, which I can then sell. And when the meter gets back full, I press the big button again. Now we have 3 sheeps. Cargo bike is returning. So this little guy down here is the cargo bike. I think he goes to drop the wool off and come back. Gotta remember to hit the cloning button. I think that also costs money. Let's spend $5. Recharge the cloning button in half the time. Now I gotta remember to actually press the button. Now we have 5. If I click on this man in the rocking chair, he rocks even faster. I don't know if that has a use, but it's kind of fun. And currently I have 85 moon monies, so that's probably a good sign. We could get antimatter wheel grease for the man on the bike. New maintenance method for delivery bikes somehow employs antimatter technology. Basically, the bike is twice as fast. It looks like our wool thing is about halfway full, so we can go ahead and send him off. Look at him go on his brave adventure. There's a big red button that's pretty obviously illuminated in front of me, yet I cannot remember to touch it. It costs about $4 per touch, but the sheep are producing wool, and that's all that matters. $12 will knock 2 seconds off the recharge time, so we can clone even quicker. I don't know how many sheep we're allowed to put in here, but it doesn't feel like a very ethical thing as it is. The bike currently has a 50 kilogram capacity. That's as much as we could send at one time. So we're going to spend $48, upgrading him to 75 kilos. So now when he takes himself all the way to this store and back, we'll get even more money. The sheep button does go quick now. Like I can press it almost nonstop, so we can jump up to 20 sheep. Wool storage is getting full, so if we press sell right now, we automatically get the money. That's funny. We should just turn him around now because we already got paid. Oh, there's an automatic sell button for $60. Never click sell again. Got it. Wool price is currently $1. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. For $30, we can get more wool storage. Gotta remember to keep hitting the button. I want an auto clicker for the clone button. They cloned very quickly. Like we only have 26 sheep and we're starting to make good money. If we spend $130, wool will sell for 25% more, which is actually huge. The power of marketing. I'm going to need to upgrade my bike pretty soon though. With the amount of sheep we have, we're going to start overwhelming him with wool. We can get cargo bike shed technology. That means we can get another bike and we can purchase more bikes from here as well. It took a second to try and determine if there's supposed to be sound in this game, and as far as I can tell, there is not. But we made $413 while we were waiting. $220, we can reduce the cost per clone. So it's gone from $4 to $3, which is a big decrease. For $67, we can add another large Hessian bag that stores more wool. Oh, there's a paper leaflet campaign. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that will bump our wool from 125 up to 150. It just takes a lot more money. We can get Space Goose technology, primitive auto clicker design. Pecs just over once every 3.5 seconds. Oh, yes. Give me one of those. It's less that we have to click. This thing's ready about once every second, but I mean, he's going off all the time, so I don't have to actually do anything. We can also buy an extra paddock. It's going to give me an extra 20 sheep spaces. I didn't realize that was limited. For $18, we're going to increase the recharge speed of the clone button, because we could be clicking this a lot faster than our duck is. The bikes currently are keeping up with the wool we're producing, but eventually we should have so many sheep that that's not a thing anymore. I accidentally just bought the bike upgrade for $370. I think it just increases either their speed or capacity. Another wool sack for $122 seems like an easy buy. Occasionally things fly across the screen. I try and touch them when I can, but so far nothing seems particularly interactive, aside from this old gentleman. With this next click, we should have 100 sheep. Did something just take them away? I just realized we went from 99 to 96. What's happening to my sheep? Are birds stealing them? Stolen sheep aside, we still have 102 currently. Oh yeah, these things are 5 sheep destroyed by hostiles. We'll get over it. Because we're going to do the paper leaflet campaign, $1.50 per wool. Also an extra wool sack, that's only $180. Adds another 25 kilogram wool storage. Am I supposed to be clicking on these? How do I stop the birds from eating my sheep? So that's why we need higher recharge for my clone button, because I could be producing them rapid fire now, so we can outmaneuver the birds. We're not going to protect the sheep, we're just going to clone them faster than they can be eaten. Scarecrow technology, classic pest deterrent. The straw hat completes the illusion, scares up to 5 hawks. Okay, so we'll have less sheep loss. Oh, we're currently full. 120 sheep is as many as we can get. Until we spend $410, then we can get more. $150 for the button. And that means it goes actually quite a bit quicker again. I don't have the money to clone any sheep. We had to make a delivery. That's better. My storage is filling up really quickly, so $200 for an extra wool sack will help us store a little more. Another bike costs $400. My wool is maxed out again. I'm going to buy another bike. I don't want my storage to be full. I want my wool to be in transit to whatever idiot is buying this stuff. Think I'm going to need another one of those as well. The next one is 525. We're so close. Now at the rate we're producing wool, we should have that constantly on the go to the merchants. We're going to upgrade the Space Goose picks around once every 3 seconds. We're going to get another wool sack too. We just need more storage. Now we currently have the maximum amount of sheeps. The bikes are constantly going, so my storage isn't filling up. The hawks don't get one. Let's add another paddock so we can add more sheeps. And with how quick the recharge button is, actually we can make it even quicker. We'll be able to rapid fire these into existence. Looks like we can hold 204 sheeps in total now. We're losing a lot to the birds. It's tempting to buy another scarecrow, but since we're, about there, we're going to spend $1,200. Correction, we're going to save up a little bit for $1,600, and then we're going to get a giant increase to our wool price. We went from $150 to $2. So we'll make that money back in no time now. $800 for another scarecrow. We can scare up to 10 of the hawks. And that's good because there could be a lot of them. I might also be able to click them away, but I'm just lazy. A full lot expansion for $910 allows up to 300 sheep. That's more sheep than I deserve. I think while I was scaring the birds, I accidentally just bought an upgrade. I don't know what we got, but hopefully it's good. Near instant recharge. Now we can rapid fire the button. Look at all the sheep we can make. My storage is max, so we're going to need more bikes. 650 for another bike. Hopefully we start to move that stuff. Oh, I could buy more space gooses for auto clicking too. I never looked up here. We're going to increase the bike capacity to 150 kilos as well, and maybe buy another one still. Our wool is filling up so quickly with this many sheeps, but so is our bank account. I'm going to get another space goose. If each one of these goes once every 3 seconds, we should be getting one every 1.5 seconds. I'm going to get another wool sack because it's only $325. That's going to help because we are producing wool way quicker than I thought. The next bike curry is $1,200. Got it. Final button, recharge upgrade, instant. So we should be able to go that pretty much as fast as we can click. The next bike is $3,000, but our wool is going up so quickly. I guess we'll get another wool sack just to try and keep some more of it in storage before the sheep all get eaten. There's a wool silo for $900, adds 300 kilos of wool storage. We doubled our capacity. We made over $4,000. We're going to buy the Hologel shampoo technology. That's going to bump our price up to $2.50. That's a 25% increase. I want another space goose. So for $2,000, we did that. Now they're going to auto press the clone button even quicker. And for $2,125, we can expand another 386 spaces. That's crazy. We're going to get so many now. We were already at 300, so we've we've over doubled our capacity. Oh, for $1,000 here, if I manually push now, I get 2 sheeps instead. That's well worth it. For $65,000, we can get 3 sheeps per click, but we're definitely not that rich. For $2,800, we've upgraded the clone tower. I'm pretty sure that means we're going to get 2 sheeps instead of 1. Current output, 2 per press. For $15,000, we can upgrade that. $3,000 for another bike. I'll take another bike. The money is rolling in. We got our maximum amount of sheeps currently, 686. Oh, the sheeps are all in the background and up on the hills now. Gonna buy another wool silo for $1,200. That's not that expensive anymore. A third scarecrow as well. We can scare up to 15 hawks. It'd be nice if I could just start ignoring them, so that we could just replace the sheeps as we needed. We're going to raise the bike capacity another 50 kilos as well. That's a really big increase. We got plenty of bikes. I just need to make sure we're not like jamming our storage full constantly, which it looks like we're right on the edge of doing. So I need one more bike for $6,000, which should be momentarily. We got 5,500. Come on, idiots, pedal your hearts out. There. 3,400 to increase the space goose speed. Yes. Then I'm going to buy another wool silo, and I'm going to go get a glass of water and let things manage themselves. They're probably better off for it. That took a moment longer than I thought, but we now have $100,000 to spend. So we're definitely buying a new space goose. I'm buying another bike courier. We're going to expand our property line so we can allow up to 30,000 sheep. The numbers are going to get big. If we spend $9,000 here, the wool sells for $4 per kilo. That's a giant upgrade. And we can go 50% above that for only $19,000. We're going to get big rig technology. The bikes can move a lot more wool at a time. And then while we're at it, we're going to increase our price to $8 per kilogram. We were just at $2.50, I believe, so we've over tripled our price. And we're going to reduce our clone cost to $2.50 per, but I feel like we're already making quite a bit of profit. I'm going to help them along. The next upgrade for bigger space is regional buyout, but that's going to allow us to get 70,000 sheep. We've dropped the cost down to $2 per clone because that will eat into our profit. I'm going to buy another space goose as well. We can have 5 of those idiots. They think they're better than us. The money is really piling up quickly. What's not is the amount of sheep. We need to get these numbers up. $39,900, another duck. Not another duck, but faster ducks. The storage is starting to get full, so I'm going to buy another smart wool silo. That's only $4,100. That's very little. A big wool barn for $9,900. That adds 1,600 kilos of wool storage. That doubles it. And we're going to need that because we're getting so many sheeps. I'm also adding another bike as soon as I can, which should be very shortly. Now, one more bike equals more delivery. I just realized you can actually see the barns expanding here. So by the end of this, we're going to go from a little sheep farm to like a sprawling sheep empire. If we put nuclear engines on the bikes, they double the speed of, well, big rig at this point. Oh, I've only got one big rig. I get it now. We got all these bikes and one big rig. Storage is still full. We don't even have 2,000 sheeps yet. Not to worry, I did come armed with an auto clicker just for this occasion. That'll help get the number of sheeps up, albeit somewhat slowly. Okay, another cargo bike is necessary. And for $31,000, this buys a second big rig and gives us the option to buy more big rigs, which I think are going to be essential for moving this much wool. Another big barn so we can stockpile a little more. If we touch this, the big rig cargo capacity goes up to 2,500. I think it's currently 1,000, so that's 2.5 times. I'm going to get a scarecrow stuffing upgrade that scares up to 60 hawks. Exploding gelatin technology creates the same amount of clones as manually pressing the clone button. That should help us get the numbers up. $15,000, I think I now get 3 per press. Well, that's actually doubled, so it turns into 6 per press. So if I touch that again, it's now 8 per press. Things are definitely getting expensive, but we're also making a lot more money. We're almost to the point where we can buy a third big rig, which will help me feel better because big rigs are fun. 65,000 to increase the manual output. Now it's 12 per click. Look at the sheeps pile up. We can turn this up now, so we get 4,500 capacity for the big rigs. That's a 50% increase from where they were at. The number of sheeps is going to 6,600 and 7,000, so we're about a quarter of the way full. Wow, our money jumped up to 145,000. I wasn't really paying attention. We definitely need another big rig and another bike. It's just going to be really hard to keep up with the amount of wool we're producing. 8,500 sheep. Back up to $200,000. Another big rig. Then another bike again. We can make $100,000 in no time at all. I'm going to buy the $170,000 AI upgrade for my scarecrow. I think that's going to help, keep the crows away so we have less loss. $300,000 means we can spend $205 on interspecies marketing. That'll take us up $8 to $10, 25% increase. I can also increase the sheep per click, and we can do that again shortly too. We just need another $20,000, which we got almost immediately. $192,000, 18 per click. Might just go ahead and let the auto clicker take the wheel for a second. Our capacity is already full, so there's not really a point in spamming this many sheep into existence, other than the fact that it's funny. We have almost 20,000 sheep, but we have $640,000. I'm going to upgrade my big rigs. They carry 15 tons each. So I think each one of those can deplete the entire stockpile. We're also going to buy another space goose. Now we have 6 of them working away. Oh, scarecrows slow hawk population growth. So scarecrow is something we probably should have invested more money on early on, but circle of life. For 406,000, we can get an iron wool dome. That's going to, I think, double our capacity. Yep, it sure will. So now we have 12.8 tons. Each one of our big rigs can deplete the entire thing still. But at the rate we're going, it doesn't actually get full all that often. And we're going to buy another iron wool dome. So now we can hold nearly 20 tons. I'm going to buy another cargo bike. They can't carry as much, but they are quicker to keep trying to take the edge off of these. Whole storage is still full. Another big rig, 410,000. And for 775,000, my output can go up again. So now we're getting 30 per press. Again, doesn't really matter because our storages are quite full a lot of the time. Let's buy another iron wool dome. That'll take us up to 26 tons capacity. So now a big rig won't entirely deplete us. I guess it didn't before, but we can have more sitting in stockpiles so we can ship more out. Oh, we also got 30,000 sheeps. 2,150 have been destroyed by hostiles. Nothing an extra space goose won't solve. For $1.3 million, wool sells for $12 instead of $10. So that's still a 20% increase. Now a few $1,000,000 doesn't take long at all to make. And we're just about there where we can actually jump our bikes up to 900 kilos. And with the amount of bikes we have, that's going to give us a lot more movement on our product. So as soon as the price jumps up, there it is. That's hopefully just going to help keep a lot more of it on the move and not sitting in my silo. I'm also going to add another bike as well. All of the upgrades are into the millions of dollars, with some of them being 25 million. I just have a dream where we instantly produce 1 trillion tons of wool and instantly ship it to where it needs to go. So let's buy another big rig. I feel like I could almost be timing this out so that they're not all traveling at the same time. Like if I spawn one in now, does that mean it's going to be out of sync with the others? Yeah, so we're actually getting a gap because a lot of them just pile up. So one of them probably grabs the whole stockpile and the 6 behind it don't do anything. I mean, that sounds exactly like the kind of company I would run. But another cargo bike, that will also help. For $3 million, we can jump the bikes up to 1,800 kilos per bike. They're currently at 900 and that was big. Double the capacity for double the fun. The storage is still getting full, but not for very long. Another iron wool dome will help with that problem. I'm going to spend 822,000 upgrading this as well. So once we're able to put sheep in, we'll get even more. We're going to buy a sophisticated scarecrow AI upgrade that will scare away 350 hawks, hopefully diminishing our losses. And that's alright considering how fast we make money. It's time for a regional buyout that will allow us up to 70,000 moon sheep, so we've over doubled our capacity. Not sure how we're going to fill that all, but we'll get started. I'm going to upgrade my goose speed as well, so it's going to go every 1.5 seconds. Then let's add another one of them, just to make sure they're doing lots in the background. I'm just sitting back and let the auto clicker do some work. We're currently up to 45,000 sheep. I guess the price of these is working against us, so we can reduce the price to $1.50 per clone. We can also get another goose so that they can produce faster. 57,000 sheep, but I can afford military grade wool. That's going to jump the price up to $15. Our wool is starting to pile up, so we're going to get an iron wool dome. That's going to increase our capacity. We're still keeping up somewhat okay at 60,000 sheep, but we're going to start to overrun ourselves soon. I think I'm going to order another truck for 2 million and then another bike for 3.35 million, just to be sure we're keeping up and making money faster than ever. We've maxed out the number of sheep, 70,000. Or have we? If we touch this, we'll go up to 100,000 sheep. Let's keep going. Storage is still getting full, so let's buy another iron dome. Since we need a lot more money, we're going to spend $9 million, increasing the price of wool from $15 to $20. That's a 33% increase over what was already a very big number. It suddenly dawned on me that I'm a complete idiot and had this backwards. So these things are carrying the material from the left to the right. I don't know why I thought they were doing it the other way around. The next land piece we buy for $31 million would allow up to 1 million sheep. That would be hard to get to considering we're currently struggling to get to 80,000 with the amount of crows eating our things. We painstakingly ground our way up to $21 million. That means we can unlock freight technology. We'll unlock freight rockets, they move 100 tons. I think next I need an upgrade to deal with more of the crows, or we need to produce sheep faster. Well, if I click on this, I can actually produce the 40 sheep now. Although the biggest problem right now is we keep jamming up our stockpile because we're getting too many sheeps, which is a good problem to have. So let's buy another big rig and another bike. That'll just be a big increase to our money per minute. $21 million, we're going to get the molecular disruptor tower. Attacks many hostiles with each pulse. Okay, oh, and that's something we can level up. The next upgrade is 650 million.
Might take a minute.
But that should help tickle our way up to 100,000 sheeps. We got our sheep levels about maxed out, so that feels good. I'm going to upgrade my super airships. They're going to fly at double speed. And they're actually moving along pretty good over there. For the next 17 million, we're going to upgrade cargo bikes and big rigs. We now have 10 big rigs, 20 bikes. And let's get another iron wool dome to make sure we're stockpiling in case we need to. 100,000 sheep, believe it or not, produce a lot of wool. I guess at this point, with our $37 million, the natural thing to do would be supermassive land grab to start building up to the 1 million sheeps. And I want 1 million sheeps. The first thing we're going to do is reduce the cost to $1.50 per clone. That's actually going to save a lot of money over 1 million sheeps. I've just upgraded the exploding jelly, which you see down here. That's going to create 80 sheep every time it goes off. We should probably also upgrade this for 2.8 and then 3.2 million. Now we're going to give 50 per click. For 3.9, we're going to do that again. 55 per click. That'll help us get to 1 million. For 25 million, I can do a bigger output from the manual pressing, which brings us to 88. We're up to 166,000 sheep, so we're making progress. We're up to 360,000 sheep and $68 million. We're going to increase our price up to 25 per kilogram. I'm also going to buy another big rig for 6 million. Maybe also another space goose for 5 million. Look at them go. Stockpiled another $40 million. We're having a lot of wool sit in our storage, so we're going to go ahead and auto click to make the freight rocket faster. It didn't make it faster, it just moves 150 tons instead, which I would have known had I not auto-clicked it and might have done otherwise because we can only hold 60 tons of wool anyway. I'm pretty sure there'd be a big upgrade coming, so let's upgrade the iron wool dome for an extra 6,400. That brings our total capacity to 10 times that at 64 tons. It's still just another regular iron dome upgrade after that. I could buy another big rig in the meantime, we have 12 of those now. Just broke 55 million, we're going to buy a fleet hangar. That's going to get us a second freight rocket, but also give us the ability to buy more for the cool cost of 62 million. I'm going to increase my clone tower too, so we're up to 96 per click. And we'll do that one more time, 5.4 million, 104 per click. That's a little more like it. We're up to 530,000 sheep. We can actually see them in the hills behind us all the way back into the distance. The next upgrade allows us to get 500 million sheep. $22 million, but I've realized we should probably get more storage capacity because we're not really fully utilizing the rocket ships anyway. They can carry much, much more. So let's try and give them more to carry. $12 million for the next upgrade, simply adding 6,400 kilos. I'm also going to spend $6 million upgrading my goose speed just so I can say that today I upgraded my goose speed. Here's the upgrade I've been looking for. Underground wool storage top crust. That adds 1,000 tons of wool storage. That would take a long time even for us to fill up. Actually, not really with the amount of sheep we have, but we need $28 million. That used to be a lot of money, but it's not anymore. We overshot our goal, but we can get the underground wool storage facility that'll take us from 77 tons to 1,077. We're actually filling that up way faster than I thought we would. I guess we do have 688,000 sheep, so I shouldn't be surprised. We very quickly saved up 123 million, which means we can buy another rocket ship and another rocket ship again. Those two upgrades cost like $150 million, but we'll make that back very fast. For $9 million, I'm going to reduce the cost of a clone to 50 cents. You know what? For $12 million, we're going to reduce the cost again in half. Now it's only 25 cents per clone. I'm also going to add another Space Goose, and we're going to upgrade the Space Goose just to make sure they're producing lots of sheeps for us. The final Goose upgrade for $12 million. It just says the final upgrade. Okay. Doesn't say anything about what it does or how well it works, how often they click. We have the final Goose upgrade. I'm going to buy another bike for 60 million and another big rig for 12.5 and then another big rig for 14 million. I really got to get more of this stuff out of my silos and moving. Well, we've officially hit 1 million sheep, and that's a lot more sheep than I thought I would be cloning today. We're still got a massive stockpile of wool, so I'm going to buy another rocket. I'm going to buy 2 more bikes, and then we're going to run out of money again. We got to wait for all that to deploy, but it should start moving more and more wool, which will make us more and more money. For only 210 million, we can get the rockets to move 350 tons each. That's up from 150. For 84 million, we can get the final upgrade, which makes clones free to produce. But I noticed the other one after the final duck upgrade, it replaced with a drum monkey technology. So maybe we're going to get a new upgrade type. Yeah, this is interesting. It's finally ready. The ultimate cloning machine. A 100-mile wide mechanical terror of duplication technology makes 10,000 clones at a time when charged. It does cost $8 billion. Obviously, what we need is another rocket. And shortly after that, another rocket again. So we got 7 of those. So income is going up. And our storage is actually not completely jammed full around the clock finally. So that helps. I feel like if I'm not cloning sheep, I'm wasting time. So we're going to spend $700 million upgrading so we can fit 500 million sheep in this world. And who knows if even that's enough sheep. The next upgrade does cost $2 trillion, but then we can clone up to 1 billion sheep. So at least now we can keep ourselves busy by clicking. I'm going to buy another cargo bike, and then we're definitely going to buy another big rig for that price, and another big rig again. We just got to keep as much moving as we can. The money makes it back in no time. I basically recorded this in real time, and we're back up to 54 million. I definitely do think rockets are worth it for $161 million still. I think we should try the drum monkey technology. This increases speed with every upgrade level, and it actually adds a monkey who's adding, I think, 26 per touch of the button. So every $300 million upgrade to start slightly increases speed. What I probably need are just more Space Gooses. How many of these can we afford? Okay, those get really expensive fast. Oh, actually, we can increase our numbers per click quite a bit too. I forgot that button even existed. So now we're making 152 per click. And we are up to 1,150,000, so that number's not going anywhere. $760 million in the bank. I think we need to upgrade our money, so we're going to go from $25 to $30 per kilo. I'm also going to buy another rocket ship for $237 million. I have a new problem that saddens me deeply. Some of the airships don't have any wool to carry, so we're going to upgrade the storage. Basically, we doubled the capacity. Now they should all be perfectly full. No airship should go hungry. After letting the game run for some time, we're up to 5.2 million sheep and $110 billion. So it's time for a few upgrades. For $1 billion, our price of wool is going to go from $30 to $35. The rockets can now move 850 tons per ship. For another 1.5, we're going to add more storage again. For $8 billion, we're going to make 10,000 clones at a time. However that works. So it just charges up and I guess we get 10,000 sheeps. We can also get lift platforms for 13 billion. They move 10,000 tons at a time. And clone tower technology has got to go up. We'll keep upgrading until that's about $1 billion worth, which is going to be a lot of levels at this rate. We're still only at 300 million. We've definitely spent some billions doing this. We can produce, 392 sheeps per click. For $15 billion, our lift platforms move at double speed. We're going to add another 1,000 tons of wool capacity. Wool is also going to go up to $40 per kilo. We're going to get another 1,000 tons of wool capacity again. And upgrade ours, get another space monkey. And to upgrade that costs quite a bit of money. I'm glad that the next click didn't work. That was going to be $57 billion. We could definitely get some space geese. Well, at least 2 of them. Now we got lots of those going as well. Rockets are still reasonably cheap. They're less than $1 billion, so we could definitely buy more of those. Cargo bikes can definitely go up as well, and so can the big rigs. This one's good though. Wool can go up to $50 per kilo. It's at $40 now. That's so big. If we buy this for 11 billion, it adds 10,000 tons of wool storage. We have 5,000 now. We're going to buy that. Our super space lift can carry 10,000 at a time. So let's buy 2 of those as well. That way we're going to have 25,000 tons of wool storage. We're going to make lots of money. The rest of the money I'm going to spend on sheep cloning upgrades. That way we're sure to get as many as we can per click. Now when we set the auto clicker to work, it is flying through 432 sheeps per click. I'm starting to feel like the crows are getting us too many losses. So we're going to upgrade the disruptor tower that costs 650 million. The next upgrade is only 1.1 billion, which won't take long. In fact, we already hit it, level 3. We gotta make sure those crows are staying away from us. Even with all these upgrades, it looks like it's still gonna be a while to save up enough for a decent amount of upgrades. So we're gonna leave it here and let it run for 10 years.